feel it.
Okay, so again, what caused him to do this act? So he was disappointed. But why was he disappointed?
Because he probably always got, like, Hevel probably always got, like, better, like, more attention.
Well, we don't have, like, the Torah is not telling us that information here, right?
Okay.
Think about it. What made him kill his brother? It was, yeah, disappointment. But what else? More than that. Okay, so how did he feel about that? He lost to who? And how did that make him feel towards his brother? That he's less, definitely.
He was jealous.
For sure. He was jealous, but I think that what you also said, he felt less important. He felt like he was worth less, okay? And it drove him to murder, essentially, right? Okay, now, we did that, sorry. Vayomer Adonai el Cain, Hevel achicha. God comes to Cain, and what does he say? No, where's your brother? Where's Hevel, your brother? What's interesting about that, the way he worded it?
But, like, he wants to make it, like...
Why? Why is he making it like he doesn't know where Hevel is?
So he says that he's going to be like...
Yes, he's giving him the opportunity here to confess, right? Vayomer, lo yadati, hashomer achi anochi. This is a very famous line. He says, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I supposed to be the one who's watching out for my brother? Okay. And now, let's look at the next pasuk. Vayomer me'asita kol demei achicha so'akim elai min ha'adama. What did you do? The blood of your brother is screaming out at me from under the ground. Okay? ואתה ארור אתה מן האדמה אשר פצע את פיך לקחת את דמי אחיך מידיך כי תעבוד את האדמה לא תצפחה נע בנה תהיה בה. So I don't want to get into the rest of the story almost, this curse and what ends up happening to him. I kind of want us to focus on whatever we read in this section, okay? Let's look at the question that God asked him. Hevel achicha. What do you notice about the question?
Wait, where?
Pasuk. Right. Not only where's your brother.
Where is Hevel, your brother?
Right. Why couldn't he just say, where's Hevel?
Because then he would read it. Doesn't be like his brother.
Exactly. The text here is specifically pointing out to us over and over the word brother and that he murdered his brother. Exactly. If we look back, okay, at the beginning of this whole headache, it says, right? She had his brother Hevel. The Hevel had the, where is it? Vayomer Cain el Hevel achiv, Cain says Hevel, his brother, right? We get the word brother 7 times throughout this whole little narrative here, okay? Because the text is trying to make us see that, again, he went against his brother, his blood, and from what? From this feud, right? From this little thing about Korbanot. It drove him such jealousy and such disappointment that he was pushed to kill her, okay? So this is the first relationship that I want to look at. Comments? Anything to say? Crazy, right? Okay.
Why is his punishment should have been
Much worse than this.
Like, why does he just have to wander, like, kill him?
God should have killed him, you're saying.
I mean, no, wandering is better because then he's, like, not dead. Because he's, like, feels like no one.
Yeah, Gracie, anything else to say?
I feel like now, I don't know if it was so crazy back then, but, like, why would you kill your brother?
You don't think it was crazy? You don't think Cain knew what he was doing? What happens when God asks him, where's Hevel, your brother? What does he say?
Probably, like,
I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?
you should probably tell, like,
He knew in that moment he was guilty, Gracie. Even if this was the first family, he knew. he was aware of the fact that he did something, right? What's also interesting is that this when it says when Cain gives his offering to God and he doesn't accept Hevel's instead, and it says he was angry.
Why doesn't he accept both of them?
I think that's not the point of the story, right? It doesn't matter. God makes decisions, right? And it's up to us how we're going to respond to them, right? We don't know the reason that God does certain things in this world, but the only thing that we can do. Why is there corona? Right? We could ask that question a million times. Are we ever going to get an answer? No, but it's about the way that we respond. We don't know. Again, why did God make this happen? No, we can't answer that question. We can answer the question of how did this virus evolve, and we can look at the science and stuff like that. But from a philosophical standpoint, from a theological perspective, we can't answer that question. I think, and that's what God tells Cain, right? It's up to us to decide what we're going to do when things happen in this world that don't go according to our plan or the way we want them to, right? So like I was saying, when God comes to him and says why he's so upset and everything, and it says that his face fell and he was angry, we see that exact wording in Navi. What did you get up to Navi? You didn't learn about Srour, right?
We did.
Oh, you did? Did you get to David? Okay, so you're going to learn this year, basically, David becomes very close to Srour. Right, exactly. And he becomes kind of like his right-hand man in the beginning, and Srour becomes very, very jealous of him. Okay? And there's this scene where David is getting praised by all the women in the street, and they're walking together, and Srour gets so upset. Same word by Yikad, right? The same way it says it will. So he doesn't. That's not what happens, Gracie. It's a nice prediction, but that's not what happens.
You know that he's the king.
You know he becomes the king later, yeah. But it says that same feeling, how he feels jealous that David is getting praised and not him, uses the same exact language. So we get that same idea of jealousy here, and the text is pointing out clearly that there's this feeling of disappointment and jealousy and insecurity. Okay? Okay, so we're going to leave this story to the side. The one question I want you to think about, Cain asks this question of, am I my brother's keeper? Right? Am I supposed to be watching over my brother? So I want you to answer, do you think we should be our brother's keeper? Is that our role as siblings?
Yeah. To watch over them and to take care of them. Depends on who's older. Older or younger?
Does it matter? That's a good question. Does it matter?
It does. He's older.
Do you think it was his natural born responsibility to watch over his brother? Okay. Do you think that applies also today? Do you think your older siblings are the ones who are supposed to protect you?
They're supposed to set good examples and protect you, yeah.
So he asks that question, and I guess the answer that we're trying to say is, maybe that is. Yes, you are supposed to be your brother's keeper, right?
Yeah, but you just need to know who's pretty name. But maybe it's different back then. Maybe they're just like a random person.
Well, you should know that we learned ancient history, right? This is supposed to be taking place in Mesopotamia, right? Along a similar type of society. If you remember, the oldest always received the more. Exactly. So yeah, they did have more responsibility. They did receive more money. It kind of was their job to lead the family. The oldest person in the family usually did that. So maybe even more so. How could you be asking that? Of course you're your brother's keeper, right? Okay, now we are going to jump to Pere. Right? We're going to go to Pay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what is that number again?
That is no, that is 25. Cafe 25.
Cafe.
No, Cafe 25.
Yeah, what's 25?
You're gonna have to scroll back up. You're gonna have to click.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
It's also on the bottom.
Okay, fine.
Well,
we are going to be looking at Pasuk. Oh, actually, hang on.
Wait, did you send this?
Actually, we're going much later. Why did I write 25?
27.
We're actually we were in 37 on yours before. I think you're right. No, but that's No, that's just it. Why did it say 37 on yours? It's so weird.
You like press it?
Maybe I meant to do 35. Nope. Give me a second.
Maybe
I'll find it.
38
I'll
or
find it.
36.
I'll find it.
Or I do
Why did I write 25? Oh, all the way before this.
Still,
Okay, here.
why did Amy's contact is this? Did I delete hers also? What is going
Okay,
on?
ready?
So confusing.
Okay, here. What did I write? Oh, it was 25.
Why did all our text?
I was looking at 24. Okay, cafe. I was right. Okay.
All my messages are just deleting, and their contacts are like deleting.
Randomly on your phone. That's
Yes.
Okay, we're going now to Yaakov and Esav, like Rebecca pointed out earlier. She picked up on that connection right away. I want us to do the same thing. I want us to see what the text is pointing out as we are going through it.
Wait,
Okay?
that's 25?
Yes, that was right. I don't know why. It didn't look like it. Maybe it was on the wrong page. Okay, so now we're going to start. Well, before we are even introduced to Yaakov and Esav as human beings alive, we're going to first look at them while Rivka is pregnant. I don't know if you remember the story.
Yeah, they
She
were
has
holding on.
Yeah, so in the it says she gets pregnant, and the boys are kind of, it says like they're struggling in her womb. We're gonna look at it in a minute, and she kind of goes to like hear a prophecy about them, right? So that's where I want to start off exactly before the story even starts.
Fighting around.
They're struggling, okay? So we're gonna look at
I thought he was like holding on to his finger.
we're gonna look at
He
Pasuk.
loved him.
We're gonna look
No, I
at
started saying
Pasuk
holding on to there's like
22.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of when they're coming out. We're going to get there in a second, okay? Look at Pasuk Kafet 22. Okay? And, okay, it says Rebecca got pregnant. Okay, Rivka got pregnant, and now here we go. Ready? V'yitrotzatzu habanim b'kirba. The children, or habanim, the boys, are struggling in her womb. V'tomer, im ken, lama ze anochi, v'telech lidrosh Adonai. She goes, and she kind of asks this question, why is this kind of happening to me? And let me go ask God. Let me go see what's happening. Okay? I don't want to get into that part. Sorry.
How do they know?
Wait, didn't she die when
She didn't know.
birth?
The children are struggling in her womb. And what did you say?
Didn't she die when she
No, you think you have Rachel. You think you have Rachel. Okay. And now she goes to kind of get a prophecy about what's happening. And it says here, okay, Vayomer Adonai La, God tells her, Shnei goyim v'bitnech. You have two nations in your stomach. Shnei le'umim mime'ayich yiparedu. What's going to happen? Two separate people are going to come out of your body. Okay?
Wait, did she
You know she was having.
They're going to kind of separate. She knew that. Did she know at that point?
No, we didn't know. Like two different nations.
Well, it kind of sounds like she knows because it says the children are struggling in her womb.
Yeah.
Probably figured it out that there's two beings in there. They're struggling. They're kicking. Who knows? She probably felt it. This is very important. Okay. One of the people are going to be mightier than the other, and the older is going to serve the younger. Okay.
Serve as a
Wrong.
Serve them in a way.
Oh, sir.
Serve them. Yeah, like he's gonna be serve it, like from the word
Oh,
serve
I
it.
thought
He's
it-
gonna be kind of
Yeah.
he's gonna be kind of on a lower level than the other one. He's gonna be giving to him as opposed to the other way. Okay. Now, this is the prophecy she gets. What?
If I was like a mother and it's like realistically.
Confusing, definitely confusing. And this prophecy, because she heard it, right? There's two things that we need to keep in mind. Okay.
That's why she helped me because she knew that she's the younger.
She got the prophecy. This is what I want to say about prophecy. Okay. The prophecy is given. However, even if the prophecy was given, we as human beings have free will, and it's up to us how we are going to interact in the world and with that prophecy that was given. We can talk about the questions of what if Rivka's actions were the right way to handle it, right? We know that story and how she dresses up Yaakov to go to Yitzhak, to trick him, to get
She knew
that
it was
beracha.
the right, like,
Right, right. Maybe she thought that Yaakov was really the one who needed to get that beracha, right? But did she do it the right way? Okay, and that's a conversation we could have at another time. Before we get to that, I want us to talk about she's smart, but
It did end up the right way, but it wasn't the right way she should do.
right. And also the question we should ask is, did Yitzhak really know what was going on?
Technically,
Right, right. He asks all those questions, right? He feels him.
but
He hears the voice, right? It kind of sounds like maybe he did have an inkling that this was not Esau, and that he could have been giving the blessing to someone else, right? His other son.
Also, it's his husband. How would you lie?
I definitely. So again, these questions are great questions. I don't know if we're going to talk about them right now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it. Let's first finish the story. There's a lot going on before we even get to the trickery. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, now. Okay, now it comes the time for her to give birth, and right, they were twins in her vizikna, they were twins in her stomach. ויצא הראשון אדמוני, כולו כעדרת שעד. The first one comes out, you probably heard this explanation. Admoni, what word is Admoni? Red, right? Red, like, and it says כולו כעדרת שעד, kind of like hairy all over. ויקראו שמו עשיו, so they call him Esau. That's the first one. Now already we're getting a description about him, right? Red and hairy.
So
You already have
like
this,
a little baby and just like hairy.
so you're already getting this impression about what he's like, right? ואחרי כן יצא אחיו.
Actually like red.
ואחרי כן יצא אחיו. What word are we getting again? The brother. We're getting that word again. בידו אוחזת בעקב עשיו. Ba'akiv, sorry, his hand is holding on to the heel of his brother Esav. Vayikra shemo Yaakov. V'yitzhak ben shishim shana v'ledatam. Okay, so they call him Yaakov because he was holding on to the heel of his brother. And Yitzhak is 6 years old. Yaakov is holding on to the heel of Esav when they come out. And so they call him Yaakov from the word Ekev, right? From the word ankle. Okay,
Why
now,
are all their like names like so like having to do with everything?
Because, well, I want you to think of that even like in literature. Why do people's names have significance? The text is trying to tell us something. Okay, that's very important. That will come up a
Why
lot.
can't they just like name their
Because names have meanings, and names tell us something about these people, about their personality. No?
Oh, like, great.
So there you go. That's already something. That names have significance. You're named after someone. Well, maybe they ask your parents when you go home why they named you Rebecca. Maybe there was a reason.
The reason for Joshua is
Okay, but also today when a person has a name, maybe that doesn't always have the same significance that we're getting in this one on. But names are important, and they definitely reveal something about characters.
That's what my dad was. But my mom wanted
Okay, it sounds very complicated over there. Also, what's interesting to note, the word Yaakov, the root of the word, Chinese called it zit. A lot of times has to do with trickery or being crooked. And I think that's also very telling because what does he do in the story? He tricks his father, right? And later, when after he goes to Laban and he works to get Rahel and he after Le'an, all that, there's so much time. There's a scene where he fights with an angel. Remember that scene?
Yes.
And he strikes him, right? That's how we know he said specific part. It's a very complex story. But after that specific moment, God changes his name to what? You know his name? Yisrael. What? Okay, Yisrael. What two words are in the word Yisrael? In Hebrew, 2 words. Try again. Split the word into 2 words. Yes. Yashad El. What does Yashad mean?
Oh, I don't know.
What does Yashad mean? Not short.
Small.
Yashad. Straight.
Um,
Right? Like a shura. A line. Yashad. He became, what did, after all that time,
Like straight.
he became, he straightened up. Exactly. He became straight and to God. Right? Yashad El. So definitely his name has significance. He gets his name changed because he's come across this whole journey of becoming a better person and learning about himself.
why does everyone still call him Yaakov?
Well, we become B'nai Israel. We don't always
No,
refer to him
like,
as.
why are you calling him Yaakov? That's not
Well,
his
maybe
name.
because God changed his name to Israel, but to everyone else he was still known as
Like his
Yaakov.
nickname.
Right. Okay, now back to the story, right? So here we go. This is very important. ויגדלו הנערים, ויהי עשיו איש יודע שית, איש שדה, that's what you were looking at before, ויעקב איש תם יושב אוהב. Already we're getting the same way we had with Cain and Handel, we're getting these, it's separating we're identifying them in different ways. So how are they being identified?
One of them very tough.
Why are you saying tough?
Because
He's a hunter. Yeah, that personality, right? He's someone who's dealing with weapons and killing,
Rough stuff.
right? Rough stuff, exactly. And how are they describing Yaakov here?
I just say things, pens and words.
So again, do we hear that he's learning here? Not necessarily, right? People say that he's learning Torah in there, right? That's how people will interpret that line, or there's midrashim that he's learning Torah in that. Or because if we look at it for face value, right? Ish Tam, he's a simple guy. Yoshev Ohalim, it could be that he was. First of all, some others say that he was a shepherd who would travel with a tent and follow his flock, and that's why he was sitting in the tent often. But it's a similar personality that we saw with Hebel, right? That idea of protective and being very calm, right? The same way we said that. What? There you go. Okay. So again, we're seeing the split of the personalities. First, right? Again, I want us to look at it again. They are born, and we get the description of their physical appearances, right? The first one is red and hairy. The other one is holding on to his brother. They're struggling from in the womb, coming out of the womb, and then now we're seeing them out of the womb, and they're still different and doing different things with their lives. Okay? Here we go. ויאהב יצחק את עשיו, יצחק בפיו, ורבקה אוהבת את יעקב. So Yitzhak favors Esav, and Yitzhak favors Yaakov. Or Yitzhak loves Esav, and Yitzhak loves Yaakov. We're going to talk about this specific scene when we talk about. We're going to talk about this conversation. Rebecca is convinced that parents favor. We're going to talk about this because I don't think we could talk about this story without talking about the parent-child relationship. But I don't want to get into it right now because there's a lot to talk about and a lot to say. So we're going to put it on the side. Okay, you'll have to come back to future classes in order to get that conversation ready. Okay. And now here we go. The story is very important that's coming up. Again, you probably remember it. Let's look at it now. Vayazed Yaakov Nazir. What does Yaakov do? He's cooking a stew, right? And Vayavor Esav mihassadeh. Esav comes from the field. That was very tired. Very tired. ויאמר עשיו ליעקב, האיתני נא מן האדום הזה, כי עייף אנוכי. Give me some of that red stuff that I could gulp down. Why? Because I'm very tired. על כן קרא שמו אדום. That's why they called him אדום. Okay? ויאמר יעקב, מכרח היום את בכורתך לי. First, sell me the bechorah. What does that mean? Sell me the bechorah. What does that mean?
Like let me have the bigger.
The bigger what?
Bigger portion.
Right. Let me have your rights as a bechor.
Sell it to me.
Sell it to me.
He's tired and not thinking.
Okay, so you're already getting into it. There's a few questions that we need to ask. Number one, Was Yaakov, did he place him in this situation specifically? And did he make sure that he was going to be making this soup in the moment that Esau was going to come back to the field on purpose because he knew he was going to sell it to him? Or did he always happen to be doing this, but he was provided the opportunity and he took it?
He did it on purpose.
Okay, now also something interesting to note, that word vayizad, right? This is cooking the stew. I want to find exactly where it's written. Okay, in Shemot, in Perek Kaf Aleph Pasuk Yud Daled, look at it actually. It brings up Kaf Aleph. Yud Daled here. Okay, 14 here. Listen to this word. Okay. וכי יזיד איש על רעהו להורגו בעורמה מעין מזבחי תקחנו למות. Okay? If a person schemes, you know what the word scheme means? Plots, exactly, against another and kills him purposefully, treacherously, okay? You should take from him and kill him. This is another time that we see this specific word being used. This is a positive situation. Someone who's scheming to kill another human. No, but the Torah is using that same language. Maybe he's not killing, but is he scheming something here? Could very possibly. He knows exactly what's going on. Okay, again, you're getting into those questions. Should he have even received the blessing if he did something wrong in a treacherous way?
He didn't do anything wrong though, because he had he would have got a punishment.
Yeah, but Esau wanted it back after, so we obviously knew that he was retired.
So I think there's a couple of things. Okay, so let's talk about Esau's character here, right? Well, let's finish reading. Give us a second. Let's finish. We have like 2 pasukim. Let's get to it, okay? So he says, sell me the bechorah, right? ויאמר עשיו, הנה אנוכי הולך למות, ולמה זה לי בכורה, right? He goes, I'm going to die. What does the bechorah matter to me? Okay, so he's exaggerating like crazy, being very over dramatic here, right? I'm going to die. Okay, take the bechorah. What do I need it for? Right? I want you to think of that also. Think about his language. ויאמר יעקב, הישבע לי כיום וישבע לו וימכור את בכורתו ליעקב. Go swear it to me. Swear to me that you're going to sell it to me. So he's good. ויעקב נתן לעשיו לחם ונזיד עדשים ויאכל ויש ויקום וילך ויבז עשיו את הבכורה. So Yaakov gives him bread and he eats stew, and then he leaves, and then it says, and thus Esau like kind of spurns the bechorah. He sends it away, gets rid of it. Okay, this is what we have. This is the information we're given right now. Okay, so let's again take it step by step. So first of all, again, going back to the beginning, we have them in the womb struggling. We have their physical differences and the struggle. We have their occupations, which tell us a lot about their personalities. They're very different people, okay? And now we're getting to the split. This is what's going to lead to the complete destruction of their relationship. And what is it all coming down to? The bechorah. So what is it coming down to? What is the bechorah?
Who gets more power?
So definitely something about power. The bechorah also, the reason why Yaakov wants it, the blessed, again,
He wants it more.
The bechorah is also going to get a beracha. Very similar words there, okay? Right, exactly. It's just switching one letter. Yaakov knows that being in that position of the eldest child, that birthright, is not only I don't know if he's doing it through the money and everything that's coming his way. He's doing it to get that blessing from his father, that he is going to continue the nation, and that he is going to lead Bnei Israel to becoming what they're going to be later on. What about that?
Technically, Yaakov, he was like the better person. So Hashem must have wanted him to make this class so that he could get children, and then.
Okay, so I think you think God wanted him to take these specific courses of action? You think he wanted him to scheme?
But he wanted the result
Okay, so maybe he wanted the result, but now this is coming back to that same story with Cain and Abel, right? Things may not be going the way you planned, but what do you have to do in that moment? Did he do the right thing?
No, could have done that.
What do you mean not on
He
purpose?
could have been like, oh, making super like, he's like, oh, this is real.
Okay, but let's look at well, again, that word, right? Vayizad. He was scheming, Rebecca. He was plotting, right? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's say maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was just he always used to cook the stew, and he saw an opportunity and he took it. What happens next in the story? We can't ignore what happens next. What does he do?
Who?
Yaakov. After the story, what happens?
Oh, the switching thing?
Yeah, he pretends to be his brother. That's plotting. That's a real plot.
That was
So do you think he's not responsible because his mother helped?
technically
his mother.
no, but it wasn't his like.
You don't think he could have
He had
stopped
a
it?
plan all along. He had like a small plan. Oh, I'm gonna get the better car. Therefore, no. Didn't
Yeah.
think, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna sketch my father that
He didn't,
is
like,
out.
He just wanted Rebecca. He didn't want like to say, oh.
You don't think he anticipated that it would cause so many bad things to happen?
I don't know.
Nothing bad came out of this? We should do a class on this.
That like this off. That was bad.
And what does he want to do to him? And what does he have to do?
But then they made up.
He runs away. But so many years later, Breezy. And what happens at Laban? Do you remember the story there?
Oh, yeah, it's like circles.
Oh, does that sound like a pleasant life, Rebecca?
Yeah.
It does?
But he
That's
chose
when he gets
it.
married, and then he's
But
happy.
that's what he wanted? He wanted
It's
to get
actually
lit
funny,
off
like,
first and then to work years to...
It's just like, I don't like actually picture it, because if you're reading it and it's in one sentence,
Exactly.
14 years,
Exactly.
that's it.
Now you're
More than
becoming,
my life.
for sure, and you're becoming a more sensitive reader now, right? And you're understanding what you definitely are, and you're realizing what this is actually telling us, right? He did not have an easy life answer. It was very hard for him, and yet his brother was on the hunt to kill him.
Yeah, but he had a huge family, and the whole nation was after him.
You're right, but I think again he had to go through that whole process of understanding what he did and coming to terms with it and realizing that he needed to make kind of like a teshuvah there. He knew he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, but not everybody owns up to that, right? Look at Cain. That's exactly what we spoke about. God, he tells him, I'm going to give him the chance right now to come clean and to confess. And does he? He doesn't, right? Okay, now.
But he probably like,
Oh my God,
doesn't even like realize that like he's that important. That he knows he does this all try because in his life, like he doesn't realize that like he's like so.
It's just in the moment.
That's like for sure. He made some decisions, and maybe again, I think maybe in retrospect, it's when he was reflecting, or again, if well, it was spoken. Really?
Everyone's like, oh, I didn't go.
Oh man, I hope she had people. Okay, I guess we'll just sum it up quickly. I mean, I do want to talk to this again. Okay, I think we spoke about this. Is it okay what he did to his brother? But similar to the Cain and Abel
It's also
situation.
his fault, Isab. Like, why are you taking that? That's like not like his deal at all.
Right, Esau, he got rid of it. He didn't appreciate it. Definitely.
He didn't even want it.
He didn't
In
want
the
it.
first place. He like doesn't do anything.
Until he actually went to his father and he heard that he gave it away, right? He heard he gave it to Achave. He couldn't believe it was actually right. We see that he really cared about it.
Yeah, but he didn't realize. Like,
Right. He didn't realize,
if you're
and maybe,
hungry, go get some food. Like,
and I
why
think
you
that
eating?
comes back again to
He's
the
a-
conversation of a personality
He's
thing.
a hunter. What are you doing all that?
Right.
But didn't it say that it's not going like him because he gave him food?
It says the word that it says is that he sided the thief. We can look at that another time and see what that actually means. Because he gave him food. Could be. He provided for him. Yeah. That's
He
the
acted
big-
like he was older than
Oh yeah, but she's saying it's not. She's saying maybe.
yeah, I thought Sam acted like he was younger than
Oh, he was acting like the younger brother in a way. Yeah, could be. I want us to just fast forward and think about the end of the story because again, the whole idea here is the sibling rivalry, right? How does this story come to an end?
They hug and fly.
Right? But I want us to remember that
Yeah,
Esau
but
was coming. Esau was coming with 400 men. He was coming to kill them.
No,
And
but
he
doesn't
saw
it
him.
say that when like they're hugging, he like bites his finger?
That is the Midrash says he bites his. I don't want to go into that. We can look at the text
Oh,
and see
we
what it
killed
actually
him,
says
yeah.
there. It says they hug and they kiss.
No, he probably like was even when they did get along. Like, going along with this.
Who Esau?
Yeah, probably because like he's a good boy.
It seems pretty.
But then,
But no, but maybe it sounds like that. But later, when we read the text and we look at it next time, it says that he asks him, "Do you need to come and protect you on your journey while you continue?" Like he wanted to be with his brother, and when Yitzhak dies, they both come together to bury him. It seems like the relationship was mended at the end. So the story, again, I think we have two somewhat similar stories, right? They start off somewhat similar in the beginning, and they end up in two very different places, right? One ends with one brother burying the other, and the other ends with two brothers coming together to bury their father. One is reconciliation, one is complete and total transgression and murder, and complete opposite of how we want it to end. We'll stop here because our time is up. But I want us to end off, first of all, by seeing that a lot, what I was pointing out, it seems like, is that differences between siblings are unavoidable, right, and normal, and that they can come from different things, from the way we look, from our personalities, from our parents, which we're definitely going to talk about. That's a huge factor in how siblings relate to one another. I'm sure you yourselves have instances of being so annoyed at your sibling because your parent treats them different than the way they treat you. I definitely had that in my life. Even today, I see my mother being so easygoing, or my father easygoing with my siblings, and I'm like, do you remember what you did to me?
yeah,
right?
so easy going on me, and they put salt in their mouth.
You're the younger one, exactly. And all that is normal, that girls, I'm going to end right here. But the one thing that we have to remember is, again, what God tells Cain, right? In every situation, you have free will. You have the opportunity to do the right thing. And it's up to us to make those choices and try and, steer our life in the right direction. Okay? Could you say about your phone again?
That is so weird.
I'm going to end this here. I mean, they missed whoever's no watch this. Missed the first 45 minutes.